4 looking for the green flag. Off into turns 1 and 2 and onto the back straightaway. Still side by side for the lead. Here's Isaacs on the outside of Metters as they move over to turn number 4 and onto the front straightaway. Keith Gardner up to third. Bill Kimmel runs fourth. And David Clyde rounds out the top 5. Over in turn 3, Gardner makes his move down to the inside of Roland Isaacs, and he'll pick up second spot. Larry Metters, the race leader, as they head back into turns 1 and 2. David Clyde up to the number 4 position. Frank Kimmel runs 5th. As they move over to turn number 4 and onto the front straightaway. 3 laps completed. Larry Metters by a car length over Keith Gardner. Bill Kimmel Jr. at third. And here's Joe Williamson in the number 11 moving in behind Chuck Winders in car number 8 as they move on to the front straightaway. They're back into turns 1 and 2. Single file and a wisp of smoke now following our leader's car. Larry Metters, as he exited turn number 1, we saw some smoke from the race leader's car. So we'll continue to watch that machine. Out of turn number 4, it's Metters at the halfway point, followed by Keith Gardner and Bill Kimmel Jr. And they're in single file. Here's Chuck Winders backing off the gas and slowing some on the back straightaway. And the number 8 of Chuck Winders appears to be headed towards the pit area. Onto the back straightaway another time, and Larry Metters continues to show the way. Here comes Kimmel. He'll hop to the outside of Gardner. Gardner looks to the outside of Metters. They're back onto the front straightaway another time. 3 laps remaining. Trouble into turns 1 and 2 as Frank Kimmel spins just in front of Joe Williamson. And the number 3 of Jesse Harris is also collected in turn number 1, and the caution flag comes out. Caution flag coming out after Frank Kimmel and the number 68 spun just ahead of the number 11 of Joe Williamson. And then the number 3 of Jesse Harris left with no other options but to make some contact there with the other 2 cars just ahead of him. Down to the inside comes Kimmel, and he'll challenge Gardner for the number 2 position as they race over to turn number 4. White flag's out, 1 to go, and they're back into turns 1 and 2. Metters, the race leader, moves up the banking. Here comes Kimmel down to the inside as they move over to turn number 3. Kimmel moving up to the inside of Metters to challenge for the lead spot as they race out of turn number 4. Larry Metters takes the win by half car length over Kimmel, with Keith Gardner winding up at second.